Body and Health. I'm Colleen Walsh. Human beings have played drums, well, since drums were nothing more than handy, hollow logs. Way back in Aboriginal times, the playing of drums was a spiritual thing, and their sound was part of ceremonies and other important gatherings. Now their beat is usually woven in with the music of other instruments and is not often heard as it was on its own. But still, today, when the ancient drums are played, with or without the simple tones of other percussion instruments, the effects they can have are amazing.
The universality of the drum, well, everywhere in the world, no matter where you go, you're always going to find the drum. It is probably, say, the most primal, most powerful instrument there is. As long as you have a drum, you will always have people coming together. It's what binds a community together in any place, anywhere, and anywhere in the world, period. As for what it means, most tribes all over the world say that it's the heartbeat of Mother Earth itself. These are the 4 sounds. So with those 4 sounds, we're going to make all kinds of music. When we go to the schools, what we're trying to actually demonstrate is the actual science of the work that we're doing with sound. We use the right side of our brain when we're dealing with music, and we're using the left side of our brain for analytical, mathematical. When you're drumming, you're using your hands, but you're also hearing yourself play, and you also have to keep that tempo. When those 2 things combine, it forms a balance, say a hemispherical, like the brain kind of balances itself out. Once it begins to balance, it releases endorphins in the body. It's great for you, it's all the way across.
The shape of the drum is from West Africa, and it's called a djembe.
This little fun drum is from Turkey, and it has a very unique sound. It's a tin body with a... You may recognize that from belly dancing music, that kind of thing.
Whenever we introduce any of the instruments, we always like to give a little bit of history, and we absolutely have to make it interactive. We've introduced some new instruments because what we're looking for are the effects of tones and sounds and pitches on the human body. So one of the latest acquisitions has been a gong, which is from Malaysia, and the other one is it's a quartz crystal bowl. How's that for a strange sound? Pretty good. They actually take 99.97% pure quartz. It's turned into a powder and then fused at 4,000 degrees to form these amazing sound instruments. So again, we get it to illustrate this vibration and the sounds that it emits. Hello, Pastor! There is a tremendous therapeutic effect of drums. In our own research, we're just starting to conduct research because of the things that we have seen with our own 2 eyes. When we worked with the Alzheimer's patients at the hospitals, it's like they come to us like they wake up. We have seen it time again that in hyperactive children or children that tend to be very violent, if we can give them 5 minutes of drumming, they calm down, they stabilize. I know for a fact that there's something amazing going on.
I liked the Thunderbolt drum because it sounded cool and it just made me feel good.
The drum that was from Turkey and had a star on it, and I got to play that, and it felt like it was just amazing. I don't know, it just kind of makes me like, if it's slow drumming, it kind of makes me feel relaxed, and if it's fast, it makes me feel excited. I think drums are the best instruments.
As a child, I always listened to sounds and stuff, and when you listen to a car, there's just basically a drumming sound from the engine and stuff, so you hear the pulses of the engine. So for me...
Well, I know with my own children and being a teacher for a long time, the children who are involved in music generally do better in a lot of areas, academic and social and just being good citizens. It seems to go hand in hand with that. It gives the kids a leg up with their learning. I expected after they did all the drumming that you saw out there that we would have some children going back to the classroom and being very excited and very talking about it and bouncing off the walls, and they weren't. They were very settled, and I was very surprised. The teachers were very surprised at how settled the children were when they headed back to the class and just drifted right back into their studies.
The power of music in medicine, you're going to see more of it as we go along. Already we're using sound to diagnose, to see if a child is all right inside of a room. We're using ultrasound. Dentists are using sound waves to clean our teeth. Sound is being used all over the place. So it's really entering, the area of health and medicine. One more time. We get a lot of interesting feedback from the children. We have learned as much from them as they do from us. And sometimes I believe we've learned much more from them. They have taught us how to play. We were at some points getting too serious about our work, just trying to make a good display, a good show. And it was watching them have fun that told us that it is about playing. It is about joining in.
It's funny and maybe a little bit sad in a way how we can get so wrapped up in what we're doing these days that we forget to just be like kids and play, have fun for its own sake. I think we miss something without it. When we return, we will learn more about the philosophy that surrounds drums and drumming and look at the playfulness that it inspires. Body and Health will be right back. Hi, and welcome back. I'm Colleen Walsh. The sound of drums can be very stirring. For some people, a fanfare played by the massed drums, even without the pipes, will bring tears to the eyes. A drum solo from a jazz group can make it all but impossible to sit still. Even just the beat and vibration of a single drum can often evoke very strong emotions as you listen. But the effects it has are physical as well. The drums of tribal thunder also have a way of connecting the players to the past and to people they meet today.
I'm originally from South America. We came here in 1975, and we didn't really have much connection to our own roots. And there's lots of drummers in South America. My father was a drummer. He actually helped me build the first drum, and it's become the template from which all the other drums have emerged. Tend to bump into other people that have the same. You don't really set it up, but we have met with the Kogis from South America. We have met with 7 Tibetan monks. We've been to various powwows. We go right across the board. We just happen to be at these places. We meet these people, and we just connect. The entire business is actually founded on a spiritual principle, and I believe very strongly that we give to those around us. So I had to shift from my emphasis on money and getting stuff to something that was going to leave a lasting impression.
One show.
There she is. One show. Ready. It takes an awful lot of work to build a drum. Every drum takes about roughly 3 days to complete. We get the wood right from the sawmills in the area. It gets cut, it gets cured, we bring it in, we cut it into pieces, we assemble the pieces. The hides themselves come from the deer that live in those woods. Once we've cleaned them and scraped them, they're draped over the drums. We're extremely environmentally conscious. So what we're trying to do is create a cycle that is in harmony with the world that we live in. So we're not cutting down trees, we're not going out to kill animals. We're using what is already there and available, and then we're becoming part of the cycle.
And this is how we cut strips of all the way around the edges, and this is one continuous piece that's fed through, and it's like a piece of spaghetti. You're working with something that's very viscous, and you just keep weaving it through, and powerful drum. In every nation, the hand drum, or the four winds drum, or the bodhran drum, or whatever you want to call it, has been a very key member of putting music back together into the tribes. So we incorporate that back into all of our drum sessions as well, and we make sure everybody gets to experience that.
I'm going to give a test to this. It's one of our wind talkers. Oscar designed this one, and it sounds almost like a bull roar. So it's a very neat vibrational sound, and you can alter the pitch by changing this up or down as it stretches the elastic. And Oscar wasn't quite satisfied with this design, so
Working on another prototype.
he made himself a different type over there. It has an amazing sound.
The Star Wars effect. The last thing I wanted to do was leave my name on a stone, and that's all it was going to be. I wanted to reach people. I wanted for them to feel something of a connection to me. I wanted to know who they were. So my job is essentially to be able to relay that message in whatever fashion I can. So I do it through my art and through my music.
Tribal Thunder is a perfect name for that group. When you hear their drums and bells, it almost makes you want to go out and get some of your own. I think it would even be fun to make your own drum.